That's a really good question, and the differences have a lot more to do with the difference in model versus the change in location. Realistically, when they moved the production of the 395 to Brazil, the saw itself didn't change, just where it got made did. But between the 394 and the 395, there are a lot of differences. Chain brake is the same in interchanges. The clutch and oil pump, they're the same parts or they interchange, but no real changes there either. Top cover is the same part, although you don't see the low top on the 395, but where we start getting into differences are in the cylinder. Muffler is the same. This part number you'll find carries over onto the newer diagram, but this is where we hit the differences. Cylinders different, crankshaft different, cases are different. The most obvious difference, 395 has an intake boot, whereas the 394 uses an intake block. So the 395 also uses an impulse line, where the 394 gets the impulse through the block, as you can kind of see in the diagram there. So major changes there, and like I said, the cases themselves and the crankshaft are also different. The 394, this crankshaft is actually the same as a 288 XP. Fuel tank is the same part. Well, the part number does change up on the newer one, but they do interchange. Same thing, the wrap handle is the same as well. Carburetor, of course, is specific to each intake setup. Flywheel is specific to each crankshaft. The recoil assembly is 100% the same. It's the same part number between the two of them. The ignition module itself is the same part between both saws. So there's really a lot more different between those two saws than there is the same, even though they look very similar because they use the same covers and tank and handle. At the end of the day, the big thing you're going to notice is the intake design and the cylinder design. So the 394 is an old school dual transfer Husky cylinder, again intake block on it. The 395 is a quad transfer port cylinder, and of course it has an intake boot. The 394 jug is no longer available in any form, so they're actually, Husky had a kit, and I think the aftermarket does too now, to retrofit, and the Husky one actually came with a nipple for the impulse line and a carb and instruction to where to drill to put it in. And then you could reuse your existing carb with the 395 cylinder, because it does bolt on the 394 case.